All right, guys, welcome back to another trading recap. All right, it is Monday morning, and unfortunately, we are closing the day red. That's not the start of the week that I was hoping for, but it's what we got. So let's go over what happened. So this morning, I got up and at 9 a.m. before the market opened and looked at our scanner, and I saw we had three leading gainers here, um, all above 50%, which is great. But here we had a nearly 300% gainer. So I opened that up. It's CNSP, and it was up on news. It's a pharmaceutical company, your typical, your typical big mover. So I opened this up, and almost immediately fell in love with this. So we're here in pre-market, and what I really liked here was on the 1 minute chart, we had like a perfect double top right here at 1050. I mean, this one I think was peaked at 49. Yeah, 1049, 1050. Within a cent range, we had like a perfect double top, and we also had pretty good support from what I was able to tell here. What we saw was, I mean, at 4 a.m., a big spike and then a push upwards. We peaked there right around 1050, and we're slowly excuse me, we're slowly rising up here. And into the market open, we were seeing a bit of a dip, but then it looked like we were curling back up. So this is something that I really get excited about, and this is one of my setups that I really like to trade because there's a very clear flat line you can draw out resistance at, right? So if we can break that, oftentimes what happens when you have a very defined point of resistance, when you break it, it becomes a very high potential setup. Like you usually see them break, especially if you see some strength, like usually you get to see decent moves come out of these. And when something is this obvious and strong of a resistance, once it breaks it, it becomes a strong support level. So that's why you often see once they kind of break these, you end up seeing pretty good moves from stuff like this. So I saw that. I was pretty excited, and also, I mean, for first time in a while, pre-market, I was waking up to something over 100% and over 200%. So it got me excited. I was like, okay, here we go. We're having some good action this morning, and then also, okay, so I saw that, paid attention. I'm like, okay, all right, we're looking good here. Almost immediately, I was like, all right, I'm probably going to be trading this. And also, I looked at the daily chart, and I mean, you can see here, as you can tell, it is the mother of all reverse splitters. You got the 200 moving average all the way up at 212. So and this thing's sitting at $8 a share. So there's no worries about that there, I guess. But on the daily chart, if I can ever get zoomed in, we didn't have much resistance at all after this, which it already is way above. We really didn't have much resistance except for this spike right here, but were already opening just above that. So until you get to 10 and then beyond. So this thing had a lot of room, and I was excited about that. So I'm like, all right, here we go. This is gonna be good. This is about to be good. So after looking at that, going downwards, we had also PN, which also looked very interesting and very good to me. The The reason being, this is a descending resistance right here. So right into the open, or towards the open actually, we were seeing these two tops here, right? So I drew that out as a descending resistance, very obvious peaks, and also no topping tails, which is really nice. That means that they close with strength there. So that you can draw a very strong trend line that way. When there's no ambiguous area where you can put it. For instance, if this had a spike all the way up to like towards 750 and it came back down, it's like where would I draw? Where would I point the line? Do I point it all the way up there at the top? Oftentimes I do that, or do you go at the base where it closed? I don't know. But when we see peaks like this is what I like to see. It's often a sign of strong movement. And that, we always like that. So, yeah, I drew that out on the daily chart as well. This had a lot of room. Not as reverse splitish as CNSP. And yeah, we had a lot of room, 200 moving average all the way up there. We had a huge gap to fill on the daily chart. So I got excited. Again, I was like, great setup. Awesome. We got two great setups right here. And so why am I red today then? If we had some awesome setups going on, some good movement, obviously, with a high percentage mover like that, you would think that I would be able to close the day green, at least some, right? Well, let's explain what happened here. So into this open, I was getting ready to punch the buy as this was coming up to break here. And this is getting so frustrating, to be honest, because this is happening almost on a daily basis at this point. But lo and behold, when I put in my buy order, when I put my buy order in, well, I guess I got to put it down closer to where the price is right now. But this freaking pop-up comes up, and this security can only be liquidated. Basically meaning it's blocked from trading on Webull. Again, another stock. All right, so it popped up. I tried. I couldn't enter, and that's why I think this failed, because we were seeing such strong momentum here, really, really high strength moves, but it wasn't tradable, and I think this was not just the case on Webull, but I think there's several other brokers right now that are having this issue with their clearing firms to where their traders are getting blocked from being able to buy it. So people weren't able to trade this, and it wasn't just me. There was a lot of other people that weren't able to trade this, and that's why I think this didn't work. To be honest, if this was tradable, I don't have a doubt that we would have seen a very nice move from this here. Like this, we could have very well been seeing a 500+% gain on the day with this stock, but unfortunately, it just didn't work because of that. So that was off the list for me immediately. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, shoot, darn it. All right, so what's the next best option, right? PN. So PN sells, well, we get a pop up, and I was getting my order ready, and I had another mistake. And this is starting to become a common denominator between my red days, is me making an error in execution. Because I wasn't actually going to enter until I saw a break here. because there's a very clear point of like where that break would be. Like for the break of $6 and this high of 604 here, that would have been my entry. But I was getting ready to buy, and I just accidentally entered immediately, and I accidentally entered right around here, and it popped up, and I was in the green. So I was like, okay, this is fine. I'll see where this goes, because I was planning to trade it anyways, and I had a feeling it was going to break. So I was already in with. Let me actually check here. How much did I enter? With just 100 shares. So 100 shares I entered here, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm in the green, so that's a good thing. It's popping up to this resistance, and I was getting ready to see if it was going to break or not, and it didn't. And which, if I hadn't accidentally entered, I would have just said, oh well, okay, I guess I'm not getting in yet, but I was already in. And I held for too long here. I held for too long, basically. I was not upset, but I was already feeling like, all right, well, since I'm in, I don't want to just waste away my buying power. I'm gonna just kind of hold this for longer and see what happens, because I still feel like this had potential. But you know what? Just like all setups, just like every single setup, it's never guaranteed. This one just didn't work. So it reversed, and reversed a lot. Like we gave out from here, from $6 to all the way down. Yeah, we gave it back over $1 a share in like 5 minutes. So that was unfortunate, a very large rejection, and I was down quite a bit, and yeah, I definitely held for much longer than I should have. That's really it. So from that trade, I was down already, I think 120. I want to say 120 or 140, just from this one trade. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to stop out here. And as it came back up, I kind of closed it out for a loss. So it came back up. I was like, right back up here, got out. I'm like, all right, well, bummer, right? So I was getting ready to just lock up a red day, but I still had quite a bit of buying power left, because I only purchased a total of 200 shares here, because I added on the drop as it popped up to help recover. Again, also probably was not the best idea in retrospect, but I did it because I did get a little emotional here. I was very ready, like I wasn't gonna let this go down any further. I had my stop down here, but it did come back up, and I had my chance to get out, and I did. So close that out. So, and then we had MNDR. This one did not make a move, like a big move pre-market. Instead, it climbed up into the open here. And so I saw, let's see here. Where exactly did I trade this? To be honest, I don't exactly remember. Okay, so I took 2 trades on this. I think I saw, yeah. So I saw this pop up, and again, another great setup. Like, we were seeing great setups today. There was nothing really necessarily wrong with any of the setups that I was looking at today. But so we had this flat top again, great point of resistance to look for a break. And I went for it right here. So as you can see, this big green candle, we came back up. I was like, okay, here we go. We have volume coming in. It broke and then came right back down in this candle. I was like, oh, shoot, not again. not again. We can't have like another one fail on me already. And in this one candle, I was being much more. The fact that I was already in loss did definitely affect the way I was trading this. I was just being much more not conservative necessarily, but a lot more strict with my stop. I was like, all right, breakout or bail out. So I took the loss, a very quick loss there on that one. Let's see here. I entered with pretty, I mean, yeah, with my average size, but I lost only a few cents a share on it. But on 1,000 shares, it's another 30. So it added up. I was down like 170 on the day. Whew. I was like, okay, two for two. We're not looking too good. And or I guess that's 0 for 2 technically. But I wasn't necessarily out because I didn't feel like emotional. I like perhaps with PN I had maybe let my not I wouldn't even say it was emotion. I would just say I was lax, and I was a little too lax with it. So yeah, it took that second loss. I was like, okay, bummer. All right, well, let's see if we get anything else, and then it takes off. Of course, once I stop out. If I had started with this trade, to be honest, I probably would have had a win here, just because I would have been more willing to hold through this because it didn't really disprove itself. It just needed a little more time before it broke out. It didn't break below any moving averages or anything. So, and it wasn't a high volume red candle either. So that's why I had stopped out, because I was afraid. I didn't want to take another large loss, which is understandable and fine. But yeah, so I was looking at this again, and just the price action just wasn't that great. It felt slow, if that makes sense. There was no clean breakouts. It wasn't clean. Like, you would have this, and then this, and then this, and then we'd go for a few cents, and then this consolidation, we'd come back up. And so I decided to try it again for another pullback, right? So we're having this uptrend. We got this pullback here, or consolidation, and I was looking to trade this breakout right here. And again, like, I guess fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? So it is a shame on me on this one. I should have known better. We entered right here, and I was expecting it to break, and then it reversed again. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, the third trade in a row, and we're 0 for 3. It came back down, and we weren't looking great. But this time I was like, okay, well, we had the same thing happen here, to where we didn't get a clean breakout immediately. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna test this out to see if this is gonna work. So we came down here, and we were bouncing off of this 9 moving average, and I was like, okay. And at this point, back down here, we were not looking good today. This could have been a pretty fat red day to start off the week, to be honest. I was down like over 200, and that is very much so. It's far less than ideal for a red day. We weren't looking great, but I decided to hold off here, and just due to the price action, I decided to give it a chance to work, because again, we weren't seeing high volume red, and I was basically, yeah, I saw the behavior of this stock and decided to give it one more shot. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to keep talking. But so holding through here, and it did come back up to just above my entry. And I got in like so high. I got in right at the top. Like, see where that candle ends right there at the top? That was me. That was me right there. I caught the very top. So yeah, it curled back up, and it popped up like right here on this second candle. I sold at 54, so I got a clean 4 cents a share out of it on 1,000 shares. Was able to kind of undo what I did here. and get a little bit of profit. So, yeah, profit loss ratio not great on that trade. I mean, I got that very top, and down here, yeah, got 4 cents, risked like I can't do math right now. Is that like that's 12 cents a share, I think, yeah. Yeah, so not great at all, and I'm not proud of that. That was definitely not great. I don't know what else to say, man. I think my strategy works. I mean, all of these setups could have worked really well. I mean, this setup technically worked. It's just not the best timing, and I was already down on the day, and it was not the most obvious stock, which is probably why there was like lighter volume. It was moving slower, but I mean, we got a good move out of this. It's just this is a more difficult kind of stock to trade because when it comes up to these breakout points, like it will put in a little move and then just a lot of consolidation pullback. Put in a little move, lots of consolidation pullback, and then it comes all the way up here, and it's like you can't trade this place because you can't really manage your risk. There's like your stop would have to be like all the way down here. So once it finally breaks there, you can enter here, but then you just get this little move, and then maybe I don't know, you could hold through that and get it, but it's just not enough. Like it's nothing worth trading really. So yeah, that was that. These two were, I mean, this one was especially, I think, that was a fumble on my part, and I don't have much else to say really. I mean, I wouldn't say that this was a flaw in my strategy at all. Like this setup has worked many times before, and it's one of my favorite setups actually. Just downtrend into the open, the break with volume, and you continue higher. It just didn't work, like 3 out of 10 times, like it won't work, and then most of the time it does, or I don't know. I haven't actually tracked the metrics for it, but it works more times than it doesn't. But that doesn't mean it won't ever work, or it won't not work. And this one was, I just kind of fumbled this one. So yeah, I was able to got red on this one, recovered it a little bit with this one with some blood, sweat, and tears. And now we're just closing the day with the small red day. It's fine. I'm not freaking out about it. Just not the start of the week I was hoping for. Like I would have rather have saved a red day for like, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. Just a nice little middle of the week. You're feeling good already. You're like, it's whatever. But when you're starting the week off with a little bit of a struggle, you're like, all right, well, I guess it's time to lock in. So maybe that's a good thing, Maybe starting off the week with a small red and with some pre-notions on what to do and how to continue through the week is maybe a good thing. Maybe it's setting me up for success. Who knows? If I can get one red day over this week and then all the rest are gonna be good, then maybe I'll take it. Maybe it's necessary. So yeah, that's pretty much my day. Nothing crazy. I'm glad I was able to recover some of the loss. We're keeping the losses small and the green days big. That's how we're trying to do it here around here. And but I will say there's something I want to bring up here. We had a very big move here with SKK. I saw this when I was getting ready to record here, and we had a 700% move. Look at that. I didn't even look at what the news is. Enter as a purchase agreement. Okay. Drone. Okay. It's an acquisition. So that's impressive. Look at that. It was at $1.67 this morning, and we peaked at almost 18. That is insane. With 9 million shares of volume, it's not nothing. I mean, that's not like some really light volume move right there. That's big right there. So I'm curious to see how this is going to affect trading tomorrow, if there's going to be like FOMO from traders and it's going to cause more big moves to happen. And maybe we'll see another 700% mover. I don't know. These things often happen earlier in the mornings when they do, but really that would just mean we would have a decent percentage gainer to work with, and hopefully other sympathy stocks moving up as well. Although I will say, oftentimes, unfortunately, when you see moves like this, if there's too much FOMO in the market, the next day you're gonna get a lot of dispersed attention, and that's not great, because then the volume's low for everything. Everything pops up a little bit and comes back down, and yeah, that's why I'm not gonna go into tomorrow with any like pre-notions like that, to where I'm just confident because we've had this move happen today. That's how I've had red days in the past. I just get too biased, and I'm like, too confident with the market. I'm just going to react to what's there already and just go from there. So yeah, that's my day, small red day, nothing crazy. It's definitely something we can recover very easily this week. So I'm happy about that. We've had a couple small lessons to learn today, but we're moving forward. We're happy. And so we're hoping for a good rest of the week. And I hope you guys did better than I did. And if not, well, just use that to continue learning and improving. That's what we're all about. That's what we're doing every single day, whether we're green or red. So hope you all have a great week, and thank you for watching this recap if you made it all the way through. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.